What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where you know I always keep it real. Let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about my man, my boy, that dog back in Philly, Joel Embiid. Oh, he flat out showed why he is one of those guys. He's one of them ones. Talk about who's the best center in the league. We're going to talk about that conversation a little bit later. But let's just say right now, Joel Embiid put that to rest. Embiid is the best center in the NBA right now. It should not have taken Joel Embiid to score 47 points. Let's see his official stat. 47 points and 18 rebounds for him to get his much needed respect. I'm going to say it one more time. It should not have taken Joel Embiid to damn near have 50 and 20 on Jokic for the basketball world to open their minds and be like, hey, Embiid just might be the best center in the league. Because guess what? For the past 3 years, Embiid has been playing as the best center in the league. He has been playing as a top 5 player in this league. Let's talk about top 5 players in the league right now. No particular order. Embiid, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and then it's really Steph or LeBron. If you want to give Steph that nod, all right, because he won a chip, I ain't mad. But Embiid is in that conversation. He is top 5. What do you see that what do you see that Embiid does? Well, look, he blocks shots. He can shoot from 3. He can score in the paint at will. The one thing that he was missing in his entire career was really that leadership piece. And since that whole Ben Simmons debacle, Joel Embiid has been a leader for this Sixers franchise. And the only thing that he needs now is a supportive cast to match him. I mean, heck, James Harden did not have a crazy good game. Like, he had a good game, but did he have a great game? No. We can't. Now, I will say, if we have Harden only making 17 points and Tyrese Maxey only making 13 points on 4 of 11 shooting, that's not going to get it done. So if you have 30 points from those two guys, that's not going to get it done. So come in the playoffs, you're going to have Harden get you 24 and 12. You're going to have a guy like Tyrese Maxey get you 23 points. You're going to have a guy like Tobias Harris get you, around 13 to like 15 points, maybe 16 if you're lucky. But the whole difference between Jokic and Embiid is 2 things. Number 1, Jokic is more durable than Joel Embiid. There's no doubt about it. There's no debate. Jokic is more durable than Joel Embiid. And the second thing is that Jokic actually has a very good supporting cast around him and a better coach, I might add. So when you talk about, the only time, because let's look at this, right? Embiid hasn't gotten past the second round of the playoffs in his career. He's gotten to game 7 of the second round, but he's never gone past that. Jokic, on the other hand, he went to a conference final, right? This was in the NBA bubble, but this was the same bubble when you had a guy in Jamal Murray dropping 50 like 3 times in that joint. Like, you have your second best player dropping 50 balls. And It was a struggle for James Harden last postseason for Joel Embiid to even put up 25 points. So, like, it's levels to this, bro. It's levels to it. And those are the only differences between Jokic and Embiid, and both of those reasons are out of Joel Embiid's control. But when you talk about a guy, when he is healthy and he has a team around him that is going to support him, whether through points today or last game, it was with Harden's assist. I mean, look, 13 assists and 0 turnovers. That is tough. That is tough. Now, the only thing with Embiid, only thing that he did not do as well was the turnovers. But he has the ball a lot, and he has the ball a lot in his hands. He has the ball a lot in his hands. But nonetheless, Embiid is showing, give me a supporting cast, and heck, I like our chances in front of everybody. This is like, when people have these crazy games, 50 points, 40 plus points, a lot of them are against bottom feeders in the NBA. The Magic, the Timberwolves, those bottom, the Spurs, the Rockets, those bottom level teams, the Pistons in the NBA. Joel Embiid did this against the Denver Nuggets, the first seed in the West. So when you talk about the level of difficulty from Joel Embiid to put up 47 and 18 against the first seed in the West, and to do it against the leading candidate for MVP right now, and put on display why he is the better center, why he is the better player at this very moment. You can't say enough about the performance that Joel Embiid played. This wasn't talking about a virtuoso. This was a virtuoso performance by Joel Embiid. Flat out amazing. Checked all the boxes. That last three at the end, when it was like a 5 point, it was like a 4 3-point game, whatever. He hit that step back three, bro. Centers are not doing that, bro. They not stepping back like you a guard. Like you a guard? What? Nah, man. And everybody in Wells Fargo Center, they knew what this moment was. That's why everybody was on their seats, because they were like, we are seeing history. We are seeing history in the making right now. So congrats to Joel Embiid. And, he showed everybody why it was a shame that he wasn't picked to be an all-star starter this year. Now, let's think about when you say that somebody is snubbed, you have to look at who was picked over them. Now, in Joel Embiid's case, the guys that were basically picked over him were Giannis, who is an all-star captain. So you can't. Giannis is going to start. Jason Tatum. And mind you, I'm saying this as a die-hard Sixers fan. You'll see it right here, but let's just keep it a stack. Giannis is the all-star captain. He's going to start. Jason Tatum is the best player for the best record in the league. Okay. He should probably start. And it's Kevin Durant, bro. Like, it's Kevin Durant, bro. I mean, so when you talk about all-star, starter snubs, Joel Embiid definitely should have been a starter. But it's not like something where it's like, this is a complete disgrace. How could this happen? How could you pick them over Embiid? I'm like, heck, if you're not going to be all-star starter, I mean, you do have Tatum, KD, and Giannis, who were all picked over you. That's not like, let's be real. Let's be real. That's not like out of this world. Now, I will say that KD, if you're just talking about, how Embiid and KD have played this season, I would give the nod to Embiid, but it is Kevin Durant, and it is fan voting does play a part into the All-Star game. And we're being frank, unless you're from Philly, you don't like Joel Embiid. I go to Morehouse College, where I have friends from Cali. I got friends from New York. I got friends from Cleveland. I got friends from Detroit, D.C. Shout out all my line brothers. At the end of the day, the fans don't like Joel Embiid. They don't. They simply don't. Now, if this was graded just by players and coaches, Embiid would have been a starter. But do you think the fans are going to pick Joel Embiid over Giannis and KD? Let's keep it a stack. That's not going to happen. I love Joel Embiid, but they're not going to pick Joel Embiid over Kevin freaking Durant and Giannis. This is not going to happen. But nonetheless, I'm actually happy that Embiid did not become a starter because this gives him more motivation to go ahead and show these haters how come they were just so dumb for not making him a starter, not making my man a starter. So, all this to say, Embiid is the best center in the league. And talk about his play these past 3 years. This is why in my last video, this was when Anthony Davis was going crazy. And this was when people were saying that he's over Embiid. No, he's not. Stop it. And there are levels to this. Joel Embiid has been doing this for the past 3 years. And Jokic, no, I'm not trying to discredit him, but there's no way, with the way Embiid has been playing these past 3 years, that he has no MVPs to show for it. There's no way. There's no way. I'm not saying that Jokic should not have gotten at least one MVP, but there's no way that you can have a guy of Joel Embiid's caliber playing this well, this consistent, when he is in the lineup and he has no MVPs to show for it. That is a disgrace. Now, him not being an all-star starter, that's not as much of a disgrace as him not getting an MVP at this very moment. How can you not give him the MVP? Look, you got, there's a difference between looking at stats and just watching the game. You see when Joel Embiid is on the floor, he controls the game defensively and offensively better than anyone other than Giannis. Facts. So Jokic is still top 5. It goes Embiid and it's Jokic. It's not, they're right next to each other. Heck, Jokic might be over Embiid next week. But as of right now, Embiid is the best center in the league. And I just want to see how well this Sixers team does in the postseason, because they have shown they can compete with anybody. I love their chances against the Bucks. Now, I am a little bit nervous about the Celtics because that two-headed monster with Tatum and Brown, that's something else. But I do believe that they can be in prime position to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And once they get that far, you never know. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. Let me know who is the best center in the league and how do you feel about Joel Embiid? His play, is he underrated? Was he snubbed for all-star starter? Let me know down below. Thank y'all, and we out.